Okay, it would be nice if I unmuted my cell phone. I don't know what happened there. But anyway, welcome to In Context with Jim Green. Hold on a second. Okay, that was interesting. Please tell me that please tell me I don't sound like an auto-tune robot anymore. Oh man, you guys, yeah. This is really fun. This is the fun part of what I do. God bless you guys. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all. Thank you for welcome to In Context with Jim Green, your final destination for urban apologetics and the gospel of Jesus Christ. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on this video as it helps this message to reach the world. And if this video is helpful in any way, please prayerfully consider a contribution that will help this ministry grow. And so with that, let's get to work. So after all that, how's everybody doing? God bless y'all, man. I see my brother Remy Canadian is over here in the chat. Mr. Fluffy, God bless you, press you. Thank you for being here. Um, so we are in the aftermath of the 2024 election, and up until a couple of months ago, well, I'll say about a month ago, I had made a commitment not to talk about politics on my channel, um, because when I rebranded, I felt that I needed to get back to the word, the gospel, apologetics, all those things that I have been doing for so many years, and I felt like I had slipped away into politics, and and it took up most of my time, and when I rebranded, um, going from the new Real Talk Radio to In Context with Jim Green, I felt that I needed to talk less about politics. So that's what I've been doing the last couple of years since since the rebranding. But this, because it's an election year, it's always an interesting time of year because, especially in Christianity, because honestly, we find out a lot about Christianity when it comes time to vote. Because all of a sudden, you find out where people really stand on the Bible when politics come. And that's what happened, just like every other election cycle that happened this year. And so that's some of the things we're going to be talking about today. But this show that I'm doing right now, I'm probably not going to do politics for a long time. Just strictly politics. I might mention here and there, but that's going to be it. And that's the reason why I wanted to say, well, let me do a few shows where we do talk about politics, because we live in the real world here. You know, we Christians, we're not in a bubble. You know, we are in the world. We're not of the world, but we're in the world. And I think it's important that we understand what our position should be, in regard to politics. Everybody has a different opinion about everything. I tried to make it really uh, 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 specific when I'm dealing with politics. And so I, I wanted to start off by just saying a few things. I'm going to say a few things, and then I'm going to get into the content that I have for today when it comes to politics. And this is just my personal views. These are just my personal views. You know what I'm saying? Shalom, Hebrew Elevation Church. Appreciate you. These are just my personal views when it comes to American politics. And you can agree with them, you can disagree with them. That's fine. This is where I feel like, this is where I am. I can't attest to anybody else. So there's six things that I have to say about the Christian and American politics. And number one, These are in no special order or anything. I just put them together. These are my thoughts. American politics is not the same as biblical politics in that the ancient system was a dictatorship, not a democracy. You have to remember that the children of Israel, where we left off in the Bible, they were under uh, Roman rulership, and they had the only system they had was the old Levitical priesthood, which was as essentially decimated to some extent um, by the coming of Christ. He kind of reordered things, but they were still under that old leadership. And in that there was no democracy. There was no democratic system where we like this person, so we're going to pick this person. There wasn't a so everybody has a vote. This person believes in this, so we're going to vote for him. They had none of that in the biblical times. We have to remember that that when we're participating in American politics, it is a completely different system that we're looking at when we're looking at American politics. So I just think it's very important that we understand that. Okay. So number two, there's no real mandate. Listen to this very closely. There's no real mandate to participate in the political process other than to pray for our leaders. That's pretty much all we really have. There's not a command to vote for somebody. There's not a command to support a leader, so to speak. If you guys think there is, you can shoot me some scriptures and we can look at them. But I don't see so you gotta understand that the system that we say we live in as Christians is not the world system. The American political system is the world system, and we live and we exist in that system. But that's not the system that we live by. The system that the Christians should live by should be centered in the scriptures. That's where we need to be focused on, not the political process. So, and there's some thoughts about that too. I'm not saying don't participate. Don't get my words wrong. I'm saying we don't have a mandate to other than to pray for our leaders, whoever the leader is. Okay. So, number three, this is very important. And this caused a lot of controversy because I talked about this all the time during this voting season. Number three is when you vote, you are voting for a policy pusher, not a pastor. I'm gonna say this again. When you vote, and I'm talking to you Christians right now. I'm talking to you Christians right now. When you vote, you're voting for a policy pusher. You're not voting for a pastor. What do I mean by that? You're looking for, I think a lot of times us Christians, we're looking for the perfect, straight, white teeth, speaks perfectly, walks circumspectly, can quote scriptures while they're on the campaign trail, give you a sermon while they're trying to get your vote. That's what you're looking for during political season. Let me tell you something, people. It's not going to happen because there are more people. This person is a politician that's trying to push their policies. Okay. And that's basically what you're voting for. And we'll get to that in a second. But this is what you're voting for. Okay. You're not voting for a pastor. You're not going to get a perfect pastor type of individual in the White House. It's not going to happen. Okay. But I think many times some of us are reluctant to vote for a person because they don't have that pristine Christian presentation for us. They're not Christian enough for us. Okay. We got to remember, we got to remember that person is a policy pusher. They're not a pastor. Anyway, so number four, any platform, listen to this, any platform or politician that clearly represents immoral values is to be avoided at all costs. This is why we need to know what the platform, what they represent. Some of us just watch TV, we watch social media, and we get swept away in all of that, and we don't call for, we don't even know what policies they really stand for. Look, do some research. Look at the policies that this person represents. Okay, it's really simple. Look at the policies they represent, and again, you're not going to get a perfect person, but you do need to understand what you're voting for. Okay, because whatever you push, whatever you vote for, you're voting for what they stand for. Okay, it's important to understand that. So if you vote somebody in the office that stand for something that you don't like, you did it, or you helped do it. So that's why we got to be very careful not to get caught up in personality stuff. Okay. It's easy to do. It's easy to say, I like that person and I'm going to vote for that person. No, it's not enough just to like the person. What does that person understand? What do they represent? What do they stand for? Okay. That's what we need to understand. Okay. Number 5. So we must filter the American political system through the word of God. And what survives that filtering process, that's how we should proceed. That's what we should roll with. We've got to take, and this stands for anything, any position, any issue, any social matter. We filter it through the word of God, and that includes the American political system, because it's going to strip everything clean. The word of God is going to strip everything clean. Okay. You're going to find out what it really is when it goes through that process. So we need to take the American political system through that filtering of the word of God. We really do, because we need to find out what am I standing for? What am I fighting for? Okay. You don't ever want to be fighting and don't know what you're fighting for. Okay, that's how you avoid getting caught up in stuff when you do that. Okay, number 6, my final one is, when you vote for a political candidate or party, you're approving their policies and support their political agenda. Listen, I have seen Christian after Christian after Christian. I'm talking about high profile Christians. Okay, high profile pastors, high profile social media people out here endorsing candidates that approve of sinful agenda, immoral agenda. What are you doing? I had a conversation with one brother, and he was shadow posting. Okay, I'm not going to call his name. He was shadow posting. What I mean is, he was posting for Kamala Harris, like a support, like lightweight support. He wasn't saying he was supporting her. And let's just be honest: if you're for the murder of babies in the womb, you're evil. I'm just gonna say it, guys. This is the show where I'm gonna lay it all out. Okay, I'm gonna lay it all out. If you support abortion, you support murder of children in the womb of the mother, and you're evil. Okay, period. And that's what she supported up to the 9th month. Listen to me, the 9th month. She was in support of also kids not changing their gender, without the parental consent of the mother. Really? If you voted for her, if you supported her, that's what you were approving of, amongst other things. But this is what we need to understand. When you vote for the candidate, you vote for, again, you're not going to get a perfect thing. It's not a perfect system. Okay. But you got to understand. You understand what that person stands for, and you try to line that up with your values. You're not going to get a perfect candidate. Okay, it's not a perfect system. You're not going to get a perfect candidate. Like I said, we're not voting in pastors. Okay, but what we do is we vote and then we pray. We vote and then we pray. We vote and then we pray. That's what we do, people. And that's pretty much my soliloquy. That's Jim Green's politics 101 right there, what I just gave y'all. So I'm gonna continue. So I wanted to look at what happened. Of course, if you unless you went under a rock, you know that the re-election of Donald Trump as the 47th president of the United States was historic. And I just want to go over some of the things that happened before. See, people thought he just showed up. People were acting like Donald Trump just showed up like this year to run. You got to go back and you got to remember, Trump is currently facing, listen to this, 4 main criminal indictments, okay? Hush money case, he was charged with 34 counts related to falsifying business records, okay? And before the 2016 election, classified documents case, 40 counts on that. January 6th, which they said he led an insurrection, which is comical to me. Okay, comical that they would say that this man led an insurrection. If he was an insurrectionist, he would be in prison. Stop, guys. Can we stop with this stupidity? Can we stop? Anyway, so in the Georgia election interference case, okay, he don't have the right. He doesn't have the right to challenge the result of the election, apparently, according to Georgia. So they put him on trial for him. All that stuff's going away. All this is going away, by the way. Okay, but if you remember, his first term, he fought some things. Okay. He fought impeachment, 2 impeachments from the time he got in office. 2 impeachments. Okay. The Mueller investigation, where they said that he was involved with Russia. There was an obstruction and Russia helped him get elected. Ukraine investigation. That's tied into the first impeachment. Okay, the Stormy Daniels and the Karen McDougal payments. Now, here's where we start going into the moral stuff. Now, and like I said, listen. I don't agree with everything that Donald Trump does and says. He's a man. He's a human being. But if we're talking about policies, that's a whole nother discussion. But they keep going after this dude. The emoluments case, okay? Lawsuits claiming that he violated the U.S. the Constitution of emoluments, which prevent a president from receiving payments from foreign and state governments without congressional approval, trying to say he's on the take or something like that, okay? Inaugural committee investigation, okay? Tax and financial investigation, show us your taxes. All of this in his first administration is going on. And in the midst of his first administration, he still ran the country. He still turned us around financially. He still brought world peace to us. I don't care what you say. He shut down North Korea. He shut down Iran. He shut down Israel. Look, the proof is in the pudding, guys. The proof is in the pudding. I don't care what you're saying. I'm looking at what you're doing. Because politicians tell us whatever they want us, whatever they think we want to hear to get elected. It happens every 4 years. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say about that. But and I'm gonna get back to some other stuff concerning Donald J. Trump specifically. But what I want to look at now is I want to look at the exit poll information, that we have that shows us how what happened that people that actually came to the polls, okay, what they always do an exit poll. Why did you do this? Why did you vote this way? Why did you vote that? And they find out why people voted the way that they voted. And that's what we're going to look at right now. Okay. So when we take a look at this, that over here. So we're going to take a look at this. So look at this. See here. And this is a CNN poll. And this is one thing. If you know anything about me, I do not like mainstream media, not one little bit. But the one thing I'm looking for is the one thing I can say about the news networks is they know how to collect data. Okay, so especially if they lose, they're going to collect a whole bunch of data if they lose. So this is what we got here. So this is a CNN poll. Okay. Of the election. Now take a look at this. Okay, women lean toward Harris. Okay, men lean toward Trump. Okay, that's not a big thing. That's not huge. You know what I'm saying? That's standard for the course. Latino men embrace Trump. Now that was a turn. That was a real turn right there. Okay. Because he's supposed to be the man for the Democrat Party is supposed to be the party for the Latinos, right? So I don't know about that no more. I don't know what's happening here. So anyway, so as you can see, plus 12 Latino men voted for Trump. And of course, white men and white women voted for Trump, of course. The educational gap. Okay, so here's where the left started to attack a little bit, because it says, okay, now white voters, college degrees voted for Harris. White voters with no college degree overwhelmingly voted for Trump. Now they'll try to take that and make that to say, yeah, them hillbilly white women, them uneducated white women when voted for him. That's the narrative that they're trying to spin right now, But here's the way I see it. The people with no degrees, honestly, I think they identify more with Trump, in at least in this demographic. Okay. Also, white men that have no with a college degree too, and no college degree. White men, period. They voted for him, which they hate that too, because the left wants to make the white dudes. They kind of like Hebrew Israelites. They want to make all the white dudes, is evil. So, but let's see, younger voters. Now, this was a real shift also. Okay, it says younger voters shifted toward Trump while he lost ground with senior voters. Okay, so the younger crowd, and this is kind of shocking for me actually, is because I would think that it would be the other way around, because the Democrats are supposed to be the hip party, hey, let's go, let's party. Because look, they're going out and they're talking to Cardi B, they're talking to Megan Thee Stallion, they're talking, you know what I'm saying? They're talking to all these A-list celebrities, to get their votes. But at the end of the day, guys, listen, you got to do more than just talk to A-list celebrities. You got to do more than just trot A-list celebrities out and say, look, we're cool. We're doing Beyonce concerts, guys. Vote for us. Come on, man. You got to do more than that. You got to do more than that. You know what I'm saying? So let me see. Before I go on, let me put this up here. Let's see. Remy says the very point of insurrection is a violent takeover of the Senate. Right, which never happened, nor did anyone want, nor did Trump ever say anything before the 6th. Exactly. They just twisted it that way. And that was just another thing that they wouldn't see. They were foreseeing that they were going to have to fight him in this election. So they tried to make something, well, you're an insurrectionist, you can't run for office. That's what they tried to spin it as, and it didn't work. Just like nothing else they did worked. Anyway, so I was looking for this on Facebook. not realizing I had to jump over here to YouTube. Glad I found it. Okay, so she just saying that she made it here. Okay, so let's see. Good, good, good. I'm glad you're here, Tamina. I'm gonna share your post too. I'm gonna share your post. It was very insightful. Kamala never had a chance. Not her fault. She ran an amazing campaign, but she and Biden intentionally let thousands of illegals in every day. Voters could not unsee these images. That was one of the things, Liberty. You're 100% correct. That is one of the things that undid them. You listen, the day when you could just say or do anything to us and then we go out and vote for you, I think those days are coming to an end. I'm not saying it's over with, but I'm saying that those days are coming to an end. People are waking up out here. Seriously. I really truly believe that. Okay. See, Trump regained power in rural America. Rural America. Rural America is where he got a lot of his votes. You can see plus 30 this year, and that's double what he did in 2020. Suburban, he's up in suburban, and the more urban, of course, is Harris this year. But excuse me. Votes are sour on the economy. Voters are sour on the economy. Now, this was one of the big things. Okay. This is one of the big things. Like, gas is $2 more a gallon than it was 4 years ago. And that's not by happenstance. It happened in the first year of Biden's administration. And people are trying to say, I got people telling me, well, the president is not in charge of the gas prices. Oh, yes, he is. He's the leader of the country. If everything goes up for everybody, listen to this. If everything goes up for everybody, who's in charge? You go to the person in charge. You don't go to somebody else. The policies of that person is what made it happen. You understand what I'm saying? And they went after energy, and that's the reason why we got higher gas prices. Come on, man, we're not that stupid. We're not this stupid. We're really not. What's up, Reginald Wells? I appreciate you, my brother. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, let's see. Let's roll along here. The economy, and we're looking on up to Donald Trump to fix that. Hopefully he will. Who knows? Okay. More people report their family has fallen behind. Talking about financial. Okay. And of course, we're talking about that who vote. Americans support abortion rights. Now, this is the big one right here. Okay. Now, this is where we look, where I started looking closer. Okay. So, as you can see, they want to the far left. You see Harris, 77% of the people who voted that it should be legal in all cases. And in 24, it's a tie. 2024 is a tie, legal in most cases, illegal in most cases, and that's up this year. The voters 85 plus are saying that abortion should be illegal in most cases, and 77 say illegal in all cases. This is how strongly people are coming out on abortion. And you guys know, y'all know how I get down. I just said it's legalized murder, guys. And if you supporting that, that's what you support. If you support a candidate that supports that, that's what you support. So we got to be careful. Okay, we got to be careful. Okay, says Trump made inroads with moderates, which is really, really good. Okay, plus 81 this year, which is 10 plus over the last time he run. Trump is the dominant figure in the election. Of course he is. Of course he is. And I'll tell people this all the time, that Trump is not just he's never a politician. Okay. He was never a politician. I always saw him as, this is a businessman that wants to fix the lives of American people. He wasn't getting up there all polished and with his Harvard suit and is Yale tie and has perfect spit shine shoes and gave these beautiful flowery speeches. He's not that type of dude. He's from New York. He's going to tell you what you want to hear, what you don't want to hear sometimes. And I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes he says some stuff that's crazy. And I'll be like, what Donald doing? Why is he saying this? Just sit down, Donald. Dude, you tripping. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes he says exactly what needs to be said. And people hate him for that, especially the left. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, of course he's going to make inroads he's a dominant figure. He is. He always has been. You know what I'm saying? In American culture, you know, he's the Donald, right? Okay. So Donald Trump engaged new voters. That is first year voters up 13. Okay, this year up 13 new voters. So new people that are just coming into, what does that tell you? Just coming into the voter process, looked and they saw the Democratic government, the government of the Democrat Party, and Kamala Harris, Biden and Harris, and then they saw Trump, and they said, I think we're gonna roll with Trump. That says a lot, because Trump ain't no old dude. I mean, no young dude. He's an old cat. He's been around for a while, but he obviously had the better appeal. So those are just a few of the exit polls that I wanted to go over to kind of what took place on election night. Now, let's see here. Now, let's get some of these comments in here. Let's see. Liberty says, exactly, they act like we're stupid and we're willing to allow them to do things to hurt gas prices, and we're not going to blame them. Exactly. They think that we're supposed to just say, okay, really? Okay. No, we are in an intuitive society. Okay. When you give us stuff, we look stuff up. We got TikTok, we got Google, we got all kind of tools that help us find data. So you can't just sell us anything. You just can't. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Yes, Brother Jim, you're on it. Trump is a businessman, not a politician. That makes him different from the likes of politicians. Exactly. And that's one of the things they don't like about him, is because you can't buy him. He's not a globalist. Okay, you can't buy Donald Trump. He don't even take the salary. Listen to this, guys. He doesn't even take the salary of the presidency. He don't want it. He don't need it. He has money. He's not there for the money. These are things that we should think about. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So as we took a look at that, so I wanted to let's see. What did I want to look at first here? Okay, so I want to look at some of the this is I think people forget. No, I'm gonna look at this later. We're gonna look at, and I think a lot of people forget a lot of people are already predicting his downfall before he hasn't stepped one foot in the White House yet, and they're already condemning him. They're already saying he's going to fail. You know, I can't wait till you fail. I got people telling me I can't wait till he fails. If he fails, we fail. Do you not understand that? He's the representative of our country. So that's to say that is like, that's weird, but that's leftist stuff. Anyway, so I want to show you guys some of these clips. I want to show you guys some of these clips because they show you that I'm not just saying stuff when it comes to how the left views Donald Trump, and a lot of this, some of this stuff is not new. You guys already know this, but I think it bears us some attention. We need to look at this kind of stuff, but this is what we're dealing with, and get saddled in, because this 4 years, This 4 years, guys, look, y'all thought that first 4 years was rough. This next 4 years with Donald Trump is gonna get rough. Okay, it's gonna get rough from a standpoint of the attacks and all that stuff. Like I foresee it going nuts. Y'all really pray for you. And I'll be honest with you, you should pray for every president. You should pray for every politician. Okay, whether you agree with their views or not. But honestly, um, people are going to do what people do. All we can do is pray and ask God to give us a result. But anyway, let's look at this. Take a look at this clip.
Lefties losing it. And can you believe the Democrats' squad of A-list celebrities wasn't enough to get Kamala over the line? How did the American public resist the call from these learned souls who are so in touch with the average American and whose moral compass is pure and true and who are never prone to crazy delusions?
It can't be. It cannot be. If he wins the election, you won't be on the show anymore. He'll come looking for me. There'll be things that happen that none of us can imagine. That's what happens in that kind of a dictatorship, which is what he says. Let's believe him. Take him at his word.
Even Bill Maher's lefty order.
Now, let's stop right here. This is the kind of stuff people making comments like this. People making comments like, he's going to shut you down. He's going to shut me down. It's a dictatorship. And stop. Can we stop with the antics? Can we stop with the antics? Seriously. Look, if he didn't do it in the first term, what makes you think he's going to do it in this term? And all these people that are freaking out and losing their minds, like, I don't get it. What did he do personally to you that makes you think he's going to do what Robert De Niro just said he was going to do? You understand what I'm saying? Crazy. This is craziness.
Audience couldn't help but laugh at Robert De Niro there. And I guess Bill Maher's going to lose his show now, isn't he? That's what they were talking about. And in recent days, we even had the ladies of The View not just backing Kamala, but they were picking her attorney general for her. And of course, they pick the irredeemably awful rhino warhawk, Liz Cheney.
Are you also a lawyer?
Yeah, I am.
So you could conceivably be a great AG if this was. Because, and I say this because your moral core is magnificent.
Oh, isn't that adorable?
Wait a minute. Listen. I'll be honest with you. I don't know a lot about. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I don't know a lot about Liz Cheney, but I do know that she does not like Donald Trump, and this is why she's cozy. This is why Whoopi's cozying up with her, because anybody who don't like Donald Trump, she's for, which is weird because before Donald Trump ever decided to run president as a Republican, all these people, these celebrities that hate him, they loved him. They hung out with him. I'm not going to do it no more. This is my last political show, but I'm just honestly, trust me, guys, there's pictures all over the internet of Donald Trump hanging out with some of these A-list celebrities, kicking it with him. I'm talking about the likes of like Tyson, and Oprah Winfrey is one of them. Whoopi Goldberg is one of them. All these people hung out with Donald Trump. He was never considered a racist ever. Al Sharpton used to hang out with Donald Trump. Okay, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'll drop a bomb on y'all right now. Donald Trump used to date black women. See, I don't go. Listen, they need to stop with this stupidity. Okay, stupidity, to try to discredit this man. You know, and I just want to just bring this out. Like, Liz Cheney don't like Trump. It's obvious that she don't like him. But
Whoopi
it is what it is.
Goldberg lecturing us about morals. I've heard it all now. But Kamala had the unique ability to make even once cool celebrities lose all credibility. She made the boss, Bruce Springsteen, sound like this.
Well, I'm just about starving tonight. I'm dying for some action.
She turned Cardi B into the world's lamest,
Okay.
saddest joke.
Okay, look at this.
1 second, guys. 1 second.
So just to let y'all give y'all some context, she had Cardi B speak. Look, and this again. I'm going to make this point here. Listen, Democrat Party. I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm just let me get close for this. Listen, if you want to win the black vote, if you notice your support is eroding away quickly. Okay, if you want to win black votes, you don't drag out. You don't give black people free concerts and say go vote for me. We got to see some policies. Most of us, we want to see substance. What's the substance? And when you picking Cardi B to speak for us, that's a diss, okay? That's a diss. That's disrespectful. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. It's disrespectful for you to think about bringing her to come as if she's some kind of representative of us. Period. Y'all thought that y'all was gonna trot yourself out and trot out some hip hop artists because black people love hip hop, right? Let me tell you something. Did you know that white people are a higher market for? This is what they don't understand. White people are more of a consumer of hip hop than black people are. I'm just being honest. You understand what I'm saying? These people don't know what they're doing, man. They don't know what they're doing. Anyway, here's Cardi B. She's lost.
I need patience over here.
Yeah, you need patience because you ain't got no teleprompter.
Patience, where are you, girl? I need patience over here.
My teleprompter shut down. I don't see anything.
Yikes. I can't believe that didn't convince the masses. And Kamala.
And I don't understand. Listen, what could she possibly say? Listen, let me break it down for y'all. What could Cardi B possibly say that would swing someone to say, hey, Cardi B said vote for Kamala Harris. I'm gonna go vote for Kamala Harris. Come on, y'all, we gotta do better. Y'all gotta do better. Democrats, y'all gotta do better. If y'all plan on winning, y'all gotta do better.
Somehow
It's
even
a new
managed
day
to
out here.
turn the once hilariously funny Will Ferrell into this cringy mess.
I'm just one person? No. Shut the up, Gary. Last time, only a few thousand votes kept Trump out of office. And this time, we will hold you personally responsible, Gary. Don't forget to vote, Gary.
And when
I want to say something concerning that last election too. And I'm gonna say something that's gonna get me in trouble with some folks, and I don't care. Y'all know it was a cheat. Y'all know they cheated. Y'all know they cheated. Do you guys know there've been 1,500 convictions of election fraud from the 2020 election? 1,500. See, you're never gonna hear that on network news because they want you to think that it was okay for all the swing states to shut down with Donald Trump with a huge lead and on his way to be his second consecutive term. All of a sudden, the swing states shut down the counting of the votes. And in the morning, oh, hallelujah, glory to God, Biden won. We counted over the night. We painstakingly went over every single vote, and Biden won the election. Miss me with that mess, okay? Not buying. I'm not buying. And there's no way that Biden got 81 million votes. That's more than the first black president, Obama. They want you to believe that Biden got 81 million votes. Based on what exactly? a trick in the night. That's what he got him on. A trick in the night. Dead people voting 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. And by the way, I wonder if I can get that. I wonder if I can find it. Let me see. I'm gonna let this play, but I'm gonna look for something. Let me get this back up here. So I'm gonna let this play. But I'm hoping I can find something for y'all really
The
quick.
celebrity endorsements weren't working. She had her media propagandists use these shameful tactics.
We've laid out the stakes in this crucial election, where one side stands for freedom while the other meets the textbook definition of fascism, namely a far-right dictatorial regime like Hitler's Germany or Franco's Spain or Mussolini's Italy.
Just crazy stuff. That was MSNBC anchor Joy Reid, and her colleague and fellow Russian conspiracy hoax peddler Rachel Maddow was even issuing threats to Elon Musk's business empire.
The Defense Department and NASA are going to need a new arrangement for all their rockets and for all the multi-billion-dollar contracts Elon Musk's companies have with the U.S. government.
Yeah, let's go after
The
Elon
US
Musk.
government is going to have to
hold on.
either.
Let's go after Elon Musk. Let's go after Elon Musk, who bankrolled his own his own personal money to support Trump after purchasing Twitter, firing everybody at Twitter because they were co-conspirators in helping shut down the election support for Donald Trump. Nobody's talking about that either, right? So now they're ticked off at Elon Musk. Okay, so let's go after Elon Musk now. That's what this is about. We going from Trump derangement syndrome to quickly over here Elon Musk derangement syndrome.
Unwind from all of those contracts, or Elon Musk's companies are going to have to unwind from him. This is an untenable reality in national security terms. Now that we know what we know about Elon Musk.
That sounds a little fascisty to me. Today, Joy Reid was still delusional and claiming that Kamala had run the perfect campaign.
And so what you've seen in the last couple of weeks, if this is an audition for managing a complex organization like the United States, Kamala Harris has passed the audition flawlessly.
What? Are you serious right now? This woman said that Kamala Harris passed the audition flawlessly for running America. Lady, what planet do you live on? What solar system are you in right now? Seriously, what has she ever done that told you that she was uniquely qualified to run the United States of America? Please tell me. Please tell me. Somebody tell me. If I'm wrong, somebody tell me. I didn't see it, guys. I didn't see a plan, because every time she got up to, I got some of these clips? Hold on. We're gonna let this play in. I think I got some clips of her. She could never give a clear answer when she got asked direct questions. She always did this tap dance, and she would never ask. People were asking simple questions about, what are you going to do to fix the economy? What are you going to do about this? How are you going to fix that? And she never could answer the questions. Let's get through this part right here. And I'm gonna see if I can find.
This has been, in many ways, a perfect campaign. A brief, and she had barely any time to put it together.
But eventually reality sank in, and Joy Reid was back to doing what she does best, race baiting and making wild claims, this time about Israel wanting to ethnically cleanse Gaza.
Nobody wants Donald Trump to be president more than Bibi Netanyahu, who is backed by a far-right coalition that would like to clear-cut Gaza, that would truly like to complete ethnic cleansing of Gaza.
Meanwhile, Rachel Maddow was lashing out at the American public, chiding them for not realizing just how good the economy is.
The United States economy is the envy of the world. Yeah. The inflation numbers, the economic growth numbers, the fiscal numbers, the U.S. standing in the world numbers are all off the charts positive. Even the freaking stock market, right? All off the charts positive.
There you have it. You're just imagining all that economic hardship. The share market is up. It's all good. Rachel said so. Now let's
And I want to say this too, like people are already, it's funny because conversations are already going forth. Like, we got people saying, oh, the economy is, it's not gonna get better. He's not gonna fix nothing. It's not gonna get better. You got our people already predicting his downfall. Like he can't fix anything. The president has nothing to do. But listen to this, guys. Listen. We got leftists out here saying the president has nothing to do with the price of stuff, the consumer stuff, with how much you pay for things. Are you serious right now? He has nothing to do with the price of gas. But people, wake up, okay? Because if it tanks, now this is leftist for you. If it tanks, it's somebody else's fault. If it's good, it's you did it. Come on, man. Y'all need to stop. And I'm so glad that people are waking up to this mess. I'm so glad. Now, I want to shift gears a little bit because I want to talk about this idea that somehow Kamala Harris was this person that was anointed by God some kind of way to get in the White House. I'm gonna play this clip. And we just gonna go from there. Well, let's put this clip up. She made her rounds. She started making rounds. I find this funny too. Y'all politicians, like y'all don't show up until it's election time. We don't see you, don't hear you, nothing until it's time to get, especially in the black community. Can I just say that? Let me say this. Well, why y'all politicians that want the black vote don't ever show up in the black community until it's time to vote? Tell me that. Why y'all don't never show up until it's time to vote? We don't see y'all but every 4 years. That's the only time we see y'all. And you do your song and your tap dance and you say goodbye, and then we ain't gonna see you or hear from you for another 4 years. You don't care about us. You don't care about us. I'm sorry, I had to get that off my chest. I've been wanting to say that for a long time, but I've just been seeing it, and I'm just sick of seeing it. I'm sick of seeing this same song and dance. And to be honest with you, I think there's a lot of people out there like me. Like they tired. Let's see, 2016. Charles Barkley said something that got a lot of people mad in 2016. 2015, 2016. He said, black people have been voting Democrat for years, for 50 years, and they still poor. Look here. There's some validity to that. You can be mad at Charles if you want to, but he told the truth. And we still doing the same thing over and over and over. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Look, this is the same thing in politics. They do this same song and dance every year. The Democrats do. Okay, and this is why Donald Trump was able to make inroads into the black and brown communities, because those are the communities that he spiked in. Okay, so anyway, so we have this Bishop Kojic Bishop Sheard that's going to pray for Kamala Harris. Now, I would like to have a conversation with him, because what do you expect her to do for the Christians in your congregation? How is she an asset when she believes it's okay to murder babies up until the 9th month? When she thinks it's okay for children to change their sex without the parents' consent? How does that benefit the church? I just want to know. I just want to know. But anyway, let's go ahead and y'all listen to this here.
Pray for our sister. We're believing that God is going to do what we've been praying for. And dear God,
what we're believing God to do. What is God? What do you think? Listen. I am for the sovereignty of God. Let me say this. Listen, the sovereignty of God is God does what he wants to do. And the reality is God puts people in office to judge them sometimes. Yeah. Look at read the Old Testament. Read the Old Testament. Sometimes God puts bad leadership in charge to judge the people, to judge his people. Okay, you want to do this, this, and this. Okay, let me send the Assyrians to go take you. Okay, you still doing this? Okay, so let me send the Babylonians to get. Oh, you still want to? Okay, so let me send the Persians to come. Okay, you still doing so? Okay, so let me send the Romans. Listen, it's the whole Old Testament is God using adversarial leadership to punish his people. So listen. What are you expecting her to do, bro? You expecting God to put her in it for judgment? You think we've been asking for judgment? Because that's the only thing she's gonna bring. I don't know what he's doing, but anyway, let's go ahead and let's
God, we thank you now. We thank you for our sister. We thank you for how you have lifted her up. Now we're asking that you will touch her now. Let your power be made manifest. We come against the enemy on every hand and we claim the victory. Victory is ours, oh God. We thank you for this sister. We're asking that you will anoint her afresh. Keep her, oh God, in the center of your will. And God will thank you. On Tuesday, we'll thank you. On Wednesday, we'll thank you. On Thursday, we'll thank you.
I wonder, is he still thanking God today? I wonder if he's still thanking God. It would be interesting to know, right? It would be interesting to be inside the head of Bishop Sheard right now. Are you still thanking God for the result of the election? That's a question. That's a poll question right there. Right? That's a poll question. Hold on a second. Oh yeah, Meech. Yeah, Meech, I got you, bro. For sure, man. I'll hit you up, my brother. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. So Sheard, I wonder, Bishop Sheard, I wonder if you're still thanking God on Tuesday and on Wednesday and on Thursday. Here we are on Saturday. You still thanking God? I'm just wondering if you're still thanking God, because God is still God, no matter who is in office, right? So your person that you supported didn't get elected, but are you still thanking God for the result? Now, this is very important because 1,000. Listen, this is where I say we're in trouble. Okay, listen to this. I'm gonna bring this up. I'm gonna bring this article up here. It's very important for us to talk about right now. Before I bring it up though, let's look at some of these. I'm gonna look at some of these comments. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna back up here. So Tracy Lewis, appreciate you. Thank you for checking in. She says, talking to Remy Comedian, true, whatever qualified them to be political spokespersons with all the depravity in Hollywood and the music industry. This is what I'm saying. How do we have people that have really honestly no political inkling? How do they become spokesmen for a whole political party? I have no idea how this happens. Anyway, let's see. Tamita Brockington, longtime follower. Appreciate you, my sister. Bishop Sheard knows good and well she was not going to do anything to help his congregation. But now, how does one's mind get so warped as a Christian? while we are admonished to pray for our leaders. Absolutely. Absolutely. I made that. I said that at the beginning. That we are obligated to pray for our leaders. That's scriptural. But beyond that, and if anybody can show me a scripture that says other words, we are not mandated to participate in the American political system. We do it from our own desire, our own interest. But honestly, it's not a biblical mandate for us to do so. And I talk about this all the time. Tamita says, let's see. Marcus Johnson, what's up, my brother? I've been trying to get a hold of you, my brother. Wait, hold on a second. My brother. I've been trying to get a hold of you, my brother. How you doing, man? Glad to see you here. Glad to see you here, my brother. Appreciate you. But let's do this, man. Let's look at this. Look, we got a problem, guys. We got a problem. More than 1,000 faith leaders endorse Harris as vice president leans on her faith to turn out black voters. Now, I want to know what about her faith says it's okay to murder babies. Listen, this is my thing. Y'all can call me a one-issue voter all you want. I really don't care. It's important to me. Listen, let me get up close for this one. Listen, if there's one issue that I stand on as a Christian that you can bank on, it is the fighting for the unborn children who don't have the ability to fight for themselves. Somebody has to be the voice for the voiceless. And because there is a life involved, and we are people of life, and we serve a God of life, I would think that the Christian would take it upon him or herself to stand up to fight for the rights and be a voice for the unborn child. Because who else is going to speak for them? Who else is going to stand up for them? Who else is going to fight for them? So when this article comes out and says that she leans on her faith to turn out black voters, I have a problem when we are responsible for 44% of the abortions in this country as black folks. And we less than 15% of the population. Something ain't counting. Something ain't right here, guys. Something ain't adding up. Something ain't adding up, man. We need to deal with this. Let me go ahead and let's see. Let me put this back up here and finish reading this. So she leans on her faith to turn out black voters. Okay, it says this is from CNN too. I love their articles. Beautiful. It says more than 1,000 religious leaders endorsed Kamala Harris on Sunday, bolstering the Democratic. I would love to get the list. I know there's a few of them on here. I would love to see the whole entire list. I think I'm gonna do some digging, but I'm not gonna bring it up because this is my last. This is my last political show for a long time, guys. I'm going back to doing what I've been called to do. That's preach, teach, urban apologetics. The focus on the gospel of Jesus Christ. I'm going back to that. This is my last one, but I will be at some later time unearthing this list. Maybe I'll post it on Facebook or something. To know these 1,000 religious leaders who endorsed Harris says among those backing vice president is Reverend William J. Barber II, a North Carolina faith-based who has pushed Biden administration to call for a ceasefire in Gaza. In a moment like this, I am compelled to be clear that every voter must make a choice, and my choice is to oppose the dangerous politics that Donald Trump and the MAGA movement have unleashed by supporting the ticket that can defeat this potential for American fascism. This is a word that they're trying to connect to Donald Trump now, fascism. They called him Hitler also. Really? Says Barber said in a statement to CNN while stressing he was backing Harris in his personal capacity. The endorsement comes as Harris has been leaning on her faith. All of a sudden, She's making the rounds to the churches. All of a sudden, and I'm gonna show you all the clip how she's getting up, and now she's some big spiritual person. These churches open their doors and let her come in. What are we doing? It says the vice president who attended Black Baptist church in Oakland growing up appeared with her longtime pastor, Reverend Amos C. Brown III of San Francisco's Third Baptist Church as part of the Souls to the Polls push in Georgia this weekend. Now we got churches. Listen, and this has been my thing right here. This is one of the things that I've been talking about. Is it part of the church's agenda to push politics? I've been saying this for years. You're going to have to show me lock, stock, and barrel where it is the church's responsibility to push a political candidate or a political party or agenda. You got to show me that. And I'm talking about on both sides of the aisle. I'm talking about from Christian nationalism to black church. Where's it at? Where's it at? I don't think it's there. Marcus says nope. I don't think it's there. Okay. We should be pushing the gospel of Jesus Christ. See, we have something to do. The church has a mandate from Jesus Christ to make disciples. That's our mandate. Preach the gospel, make disciples. Preach the gospel, make disciples. That is the mandate of the church. Anything outside of that is, what are we doing? What are we doing putting political candidates up to talk to our people? What is that? For what? How is that scriptural? Show me how that is scriptural. Somebody tell me how it's okay for that to be happening. How is that going to further the cause of the gospel? You understand what I'm saying? So let's continue. Let's continue with this article. In fact, let me get a little bit closer here. Okay. So, it says, Souls to the Post, and in the comments at the black church in West Philadelphia on Sunday, Harris will continue to emphasize the importance of putting faith into action this campaign. According to senior campaign official, Harris has alluded to faith throughout her campaign. Now, we never knew her as a faith person until all of a sudden you run for office. Now, all of a sudden, you're a faith person. You see how that works? It says the vice president said during her CNN town hall last week that after President Joe Biden called her this summer to say he would no longer seek re-election, she called Brown seeking advice and prayer. Check. I would like to see check sources on that. I'm sorry. I don't know. Asked by CNN's Anderson Cooper whether she prays every day, Harris says she does. I don't know. Look, I don't know if she does or not. I don't know. But here's my thing. I don't know how a person who prays every day thinks it's okay to murder babies up to the 9th month. How does that jive? Anyway, sometimes twice a day. I was raised to believe in a loving God and to believe that your faith is a verb. What does that even mean? I know what it means. Faith is action. That's what the verb is. But that's not. Anyway, former President Donald Trump had also sought to court religious voters and encourage white evangelicals, longtime allies of the Republican Party, to vote. After the former president survived an assassination attempt, the people forgetting about that too, in Butler, Pennsylvania, in July, where one rally attendee was killed, and this is where people, the conspiracy theories never cease to amaze me, because they want to say that was staged, but somebody died. They staged somebody's death? How does that work? Anyway, Trump and his supporters argued that he was spared due to divine intervention. Now, who is to say that that wasn't divine intervention? I don't know. Okay, all I know is, and I got a listen. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I have a problem. I have a problem with people who put Donald Trump on a pedestal too, and try to anoint him as some super Christian as well. Stop doing that. Okay. It's just like the hip hop artists when the hip hop artists say God or Jesus or something spiritual in a song, one of their songs, everybody goes, oh. Kanye said he was doing a gospel album. Oh, come on, man. We got to be fruit inspectors. Okay, we got to be fruit inspectors. You got to wait for fruit to come through. Look at Kanye now. Just because somebody says God or Jesus or something, or I pray or whatever, we can't get excited, man. Come on. We got to be better than that. We got to be smarter than that. Okay. We got to have more discernment than that. Everybody that says they something is not that something. The proof is in the pudding. That's what they used to tell me when I was growing up. Let's put Chauncey Boy. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you for being here, man. Chauncey says, I left Democrats years ago, became a Republican, matured, and left Republican due to an inadequate concern for have-nots. Became independent. Many black leaders in Democrat due to lingering effects of racism. And I understand, man. I understand that, bro. I understand that. But you know, when I look back in the history of the parties that got started, here's what I see. The Democrat Party was started. The Democrat was the party of slavery. Okay. Now, let's just put it out there. This is my last show. I'm letting it all hang out today. Okay. The Democrat was the party of slavery. Okay. Period. Point blank, period. Okay. The Republican Party was the anti-slave party. They started the Republican Party in part to go up against the slavery, the KKK, and the slavery and all that stuff that was going on. That's the birth of the Republican Party. The Republican Party had about 20 black senators in the 1800s. They got voted for. Guys. Black Republicans. That's the facts. That's history. But nobody talks about that. We supposed to vote Democrat because we black. Because the black party, the Democrats are the party of the blacks and the Latinos and the poor. The Republicans is the party of the rich and the white. That's the running narrative, right? It's all bullcrap. I'm not saying that there's not something in there, but it goes beyond that. We got to be better fruit inspectors, guys. This is why I don't watch mainstream media. I don't watch none of it. I don't even listen. I watched this week. I watched about 10 minutes of after the election. I watched about 10 minutes of them commenting on the exit polls and stuff like that when I was at work. That's the most network news I've watched in 5 years. Why? Because it's all indoctrination, guys. It's indoctrination. I don't want nothing to have my mind but God and his word. Okay. I used to watch 5-6 hours of political stuff. Listen. Listen, when you pull back away from that, you see, you know, they're saying they say you can't see the forest for the trees. When you up in there and you watching MSNBC, Fox, even Fox News, because Fox News is becoming more liberal also, a little bit at a time. The most conservative thing I see is Charlie Kirk. Charlie, to me, my opinion, this is my opinion, Charlie Kirk had the best political show in the entire country to me. And he was on, I watched him on TikTok. He had the best coverage. And I've been watching Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk is very he's a realist. He just deals with things as they are. He doesn't try to twist or spin things. People ask him questions. He takes a lot of questions from a lot of liberals, and he always has a good answer. But they're the real answer. The answer you would give, okay? Not something that's political spin. And that's what we as Christians got to get away from. We got to get away from this political spin. Okay, so let's put some of these comments. So my brother Marcus Johnson says, what about 501c3? Should churches speak politically? The leaders are putting them and ministry in jeopardy. Exactly. And that's the reason why, Marcus, I'm going to do some investigation. There is a network, a political network that is overseer of the 6 largest Black congregations in this country. I'm gonna do an expose on that. So what I found, one of the reasons why I left the church and I didn't go back, because I found that out. Okay, so let's see. Marcus Webley says, yes, my last church was ridiculous with the political stuff. I ended up leaving. You can't make, as a church, you cannot make politics the center of what you do. You can't even make it a big part of it. You're supposed to be about the gospel, period. You're supposed to be about the gospel and discipleship, the gospel and discipleship. That should be your mantle as a church. Tamina says, yes. And sometimes, somewhere along the line, the tables got flipped. Now everyone thinks the Republican Party is the racist party and the Democrat Party is for everyone. Exactly. They talk about the flip. There was no flip. There was no switch, the big switch. There was no switch. Okay. You guys started borrowing ideology from the Republican Party and adopted it as your own. And they didn't do any fighting on which is bad on them to try to reverse that. And now here we are. That's all that is, period. Says yet the party, this is Canadian, yet the party in history during slavery that wanted to keep slaves were Democrats. Absolutely. Let's see. Marcus, election interference in church, God will set a person to judge. And that's what I said that too, Marcus. I said that God is ultimately the one that sets leaders in place, even bad leaders, as judgment. I said this. So sometimes God says, I'm gonna allow the people to have a leader, an unjust leader, as judgment. When I feel like I want to have grace, I'm gonna have a gracious leader, and that's what God does. Period. Point blank. So let me get back to this this article here. Yeah. So okay. So let's see. In Michigan, the former president has sought support from Muslim leaders. Very important. As part of his bid to appeal to Muslim and Arab American voters. Disillusioned with Harris over the Biden administration's approach to Israel's war in Gaza, Trump invited several Muslim leaders on stage during a rally in suburban Detroit on Saturday. Now, this is where the politics come in. Because we can have a conversation about that right there. Right? About the fact that Trump, who's supposed to be a Christian, brought in Muslim leaders, okay, on the stage with him to show support. That's a political move, okay? That's not the move of and that's why I say all the time, we're voting for policy pushers. We're not voting for pastors, okay? So anyway, so look, it says Jews, Catholics, evangelicals, Mormons, Muslims are joining our cause in larger numbers. This is Trump saying this. It says than ever before. And now the most wonderful thing is happening. We're winning overwhelming support from the Muslim and Arab voters right now in Michigan. And by the way, he won Michigan. That tells you right there. Can you believe this? That's what he said. Anyway, this is I'm gonna, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put this article. I'm gonna put this in the chat for you guys so that you can have access to this as well. So you can, because listen, we got to sound the alarm. We can't have this, guys. We can't have faith. We cannot have faith leaders. We cannot have faith leaders. We put it this way: we can't have support faith leaders who are in favor of enacting practices such as terminating lives in the womb of the mother. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. Plain and simple, guys. Plain and simple. So so listen, let me do this real quick. So guys, check it out. I am going to step away for a second. I got to take care of something really quick, and I will be back. But you guys make sure y'all keep the comments coming, and I will be right back, guys. I will be back in a moment. Okay. God bless you guys. Hold on a second. I will be back. What's up, everybody? I'm back. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for hanging out, man, and staying with me. Let's see here. So let me pick up where I left off at. So anyway, I put that in the chat for y'all. Put that in the chat for you guys to share with your friends, your brother, your Christian friends who supported Kamala Harris. Y'all share that with them. And here's something else I want y'all to share with them too. So here's what I want to show y'all. This is what has come to, like, and this is the song and dance that I'm talking about. When it comes to the church and whatnot, it's oh, that's not the one. That's the wrong one. Let me see. Let me go grab the right one. Do we even have that one? I think maybe it's over here. Oh, okay, yeah. This is it. Okay, so I'm gonna put this clip. I'm gonna play this clip right here, and this is indicative of Hold on. Let me get in line. Okay, so let me I had to get it queued up. I'm sorry for the delay, but let me get this queued up because this should show up on your radar too. Whenever you got and this is all faith leaders, okay, Trump included. When you show up at churches doing stuff that look weird, or you say stuff that sound weird, your antenna should go up. Okay. Here's the song and dance at the church that I want to play that Kamala Harris did. Now, I'm not aware of any quote unquote faith antics that Trump did. If he did, y'all let me know. Y'all hit me in my inbox. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. The closest thing to that was the thing we did with the Muslims. Like I was like, oh my goodness, what's going on here? But at the same time, this is the difference between Kamala and Trump when it comes to the Muslim community. Dude, they respect him. Okay, they may hate his politics or whatever you want to call it, but they respect him. This is the one thing I can tell you about Donald Trump. Listen, you can say what you want, but Donald Trump commands respect. Orange hair and all, comb over and all, they respect him because he lets them know. He tells them basically, look, if you want to mess around with us, guys, I don't want it to end bad for you, but we're going to protect ourselves. And you need to understand, but this is me being Donald Trump. I'm just being weird. But the point is that he tells them, you don't want to mess with us because here's what's going to happen. And he gets respect for that. I don't see, I couldn't see her getting this kind of respect in the world, sitting at the table with world leaders. I don't need to call me fascist or chauvinist or whatever you want to call it, but that's just what I saw. Anyway, let's play this clip right here. Let's come back, Jim. Wait, I didn't go nowhere. What are you talking about? Anyway, so look, here we go.
The road ahead won't be easy, but in times of uncertainty, we are reminded weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning, and church morning is on its way. God bless you, God bless Detroit, and may God bless the United States of America.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not buying. I'm not buying. And how would they come? See, this is what I'm saying. All you got to do is show up at the black church and do a little song and dance and tap dance, and you got our vote. Don't ask her about policies. Don't ask her what she's gonna do for the black community. Don't ask her what changes are you going to enact. None of that. Just do a little song and dance, say a couple things. Okay, we good. We're gonna roll with you, or we're gonna roll with you because you black. And don't get me started. Don't get me started on the black card with her. Okay, don't get me started on that. Don't get me started on that. Okay, because I'm gonna keep it real. I'm just gonna be quiet. I'm just gonna be quiet. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Plain and simple. Okay. But let me pull this up. Just to make the point that why is it always the Democrat Party that shows up at the black church and want to act black, and now all of a sudden you got hot sauce in your pocket. And I carry hot sauce with me. We see you all of a sudden they taking shots of you at soul food restaurants, and I clean my I have a whole tub full of greens. Why all of a sudden this? You understand what I'm saying? It's hogwash. Number a bunch of hogwash. But anyway, this is strictly, almost strictly a Democratic thing. Let's pull this up. Let's pull this up. Same playbook, guys. This is the same playbook. This is Hillary Clinton from, I don't know, is it 2007? 2007. This is Hillary Clinton. I'm getting ready to play for y'all right now. 2007. Hillary Clinton. Guess where she's at? In a black church. Watch what happens here, guys. Watch what happens.
I don't feel no ways tired. I come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy. I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me.
Absolutely.
Donald Trump's victory has caused a mass.
Absolutely ridiculous, right? Absolutely ridiculous, guys. Ridiculous. Same tap dancing. Same stuff, man. Same stuff. Show up at the black church, do a little tap dance, and we're gonna get some votes. That's how stupid they think we are. When we gonna wake up? Policies, the policies. That's what it's about, guys. Let's see. So here's what, let's see. I wanted to. Oh, here's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to remind people, when people say that, and it's amazing that this never came up, that I knew. I didn't watch network news, so I got to be honest with you. Like I didn't see everything, you know what I'm saying, because I just don't watch network news like that. But here is a list of the accomplishments from the first Donald Trump administration. Now, I have to remind you that as he was doing all of this that I'm about to show you, he was in a war with the media. He was in a war with the Democrats that were trying to assassinate his character. He was in impeachments. He was in all kinds of trials. He was all this was going on while Donald J. Trump was doing this right here. Okay, so here's his accomplishments. Okay, before the China virus, y'all know what that is. That's what they call it, the China virus, because it came from China, and people got mad about that. He just was stating a fact. Anyway, invaded our shores. We built the world's most prosperous economy. I shared this before, but I'm gonna share it with y'all too. Gained 7 million new jobs, more than 3 times government experts' projections. Middle-class families increased nearly $6,000, more than 5 times the gains during the entire previous administration. The unemployment reached a 3.5%, the lowest in half a century. Achieved 40 months in a row with more job openings and more job hirings. More Americans reported being employed. than ever before. Nearly 160 million jobless claims hit a 50-year low. The number of people claiming unemployment insurance as a share of the population hit its lowest on record. Incomes rose in every single metro area in the United States for the first time in 3 decades. This Donald Trump administration, the first one, while he was fighting all that stuff, while he was fighting all that madness, this is what he was doing. This is what he was building. This, I don't know why people aren't sharing more of this. You understand what I'm saying? No, anyway, because I'm a policy guy. That's why. There's nobody cares about policies, man. Nobody cares about policies. Anyway, unemployment rates for African Americans. This is why people want to say that he's racist. You don't enact policies to help people, a people group that you hate. Okay, so this whole idea of Donald Trump being racist is so asinine that it's ridiculous. So for African Americans, this is what he did. Unemployment rates for African Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans, Native Americans, veterans, individuals with disabilities, and those without high school diplomas all recorded record lows. Unemployment went down for Black folks and others, Black and others. Unemployment for women hit its lowest rate in nearly 70 years, lifted 7 million people off food stamps. Poverty rates for African Americans and Hispanic Americans reached record lows. Income inequality fell for 2 straight years and by the largest amount in over a decade. The bottom 50% of American households saw a 40% increase in net worth. Wages rose fastest for low income and blue collar workers, minus a 16% pay increase. African American home ownership increased by 41 to 46%. Now, this is huge. This is huge. When you talk about, hold on a second here. I want to get close on this one. I want to get close for this one. So when you talk about leveling the playing field, if we're talking about like racial stuff, one of the key markers of equality along racial lines is home ownership. It's the benchmark. It's the benchmark that says, okay, I own something in this country that's mine. Home ownership has for years been the barometer by which we have said, okay, 2 things: education, Black education, and Black home ownership, and of course, Black business ownership. Those 3 are the bedrock of quote unquote equality. Donald Trump went out and made sure that home ownership. Now, you can say what you want to say. His policies help make this happen. Anything that you see happening is because the policies that administration, this economic downturn that we had, this is because of the policies. Don't let these Democrats tell you, well, we inherited a bad economy, and we're trying to dig out from under COVID and everything. It's been so hard, and we've had great gains. You've had great gains, but you guys are looking at the numbers from COVID, where you shut down the government. Okay, you shut down the government and made everybody go home. Shut down all the jobs. Now, when it got to its low, when everybody's at home, you're marking your increase based on that point up. So now you can say we've had explosive growth. Yeah, from that point. But why don't you go back to when you first came into office? What did the economy look like versus what it looks like now? That's deceptiveness. That's deceptiveness. You understand what I'm saying? So let's see. Let's bring this back in here real quick. Look at a few more of these. I'm gonna be honest. Hopefully this will happen. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I do have more of and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. My biggest issues right now are my two issues. You can call me a 2-issue voter, to be quite honest with you. I'm concerned about them babies in the womb of their mother, and I'm concerned about them transitioning children without them parents knowing. Those are my two biggest issues. That's what I'm looking at from this. Everything else is just gravy on the top. It's just a blessing from God, honestly. All this other stuff is good. You know, a little extra money in my pocket, praise God for that too. I'm not going to lie, you know, but honestly, those are the big issues. And if you listen to any of my political shows this last couple of months, I have shared that. I have shared that's where my heart is. So that's what I'm actually looking forward to as far as change is concerned. So let's let me see. Let me roll down here so we can look at some more of this stuff right here. And I'm gonna put this in the chat too. So matter of fact, let's do that right now. Put this in the chat. So again, you can share this on your social media, share this with your friends, and when they want to say Trump didn't do nothing, you can say, oh, really? Here's what he did. Here we go. Let's see. Appreciate you, my brother Walsh. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for being here. Y'all follow my brother Walsh. Good brother of mine, YouTuber, has great content. And you, if you love the Lord, if you love the Bible, you'll love my brother Walsh. He is a great stream. Yes. Oh, stream is looking sharp, brother. Okay, I appreciate that, my brother. Thank you, man. I'm over here partly because of you. I was here first years ago. I you know, and then when I came back, I got I was on I was waving. Then I came back, but they've upgraded StreamYard a lot since then, and I'm really glad I'm back here. I really am. So anyway, so let's I just put that in the chat so y'all can share with y'all friends. Let me look at what he did as far as okay. Here it is. I'm gonna talk about this because it is where everybody's feeling it right now in a pocket for energy independence. This is a conversation that you have with your liberal friends that say that the president doesn't have anything to do with the price of gas. That's a lie from the pit of hell. Because look, if you produce more energy and sell it, you get to make it's cheaper. It becomes cheaper. That's what Donald Trump did. Look, it says for the first time in nearly 70 years, the United States has become a net energy exporter. We want to be exporters of energy. We don't want to be importers. That means we're spending money to bring energy in. We want to produce energy so we can sell that energy, so we can make money off of it. And that's what he did. Okay. The United States is now, this is back then, of course, now the #1 provider of oil and gas in the world. Nobody talks about that. Natural gas production reached a record high of 334.9 quads in 2019, following record high production in 2018 and 2017. The United States has been a net natural gas exporter for 3 consecutive years and has an export capacity of nearly 10 million cubic feet per day. Withdrew from the unfair one-sided Paris climate agreement. This was that climate change stuff. Trump was like, no, this ain't, we're not doing this. You understand what I'm saying? Look, cancel previous administration's clean power plan, which is what they've been on the last 4 years, which is one of the reasons why. See, they want to make, and if you listen to some old Obama tapes, they want to make gas so expensive that you have to go to the alternative. That's the plan. Anyway, approve the Keystone XL and Dakota Access pipelines. Opening up pipelines. Look at all of this stuff, guys. Look at all this energy stuff. Look at all of this energy stuff. It's crazy. Natural resources, all this is higher. Investing in America's families, and I'm pretty sure he's going to tap back into some of this stuff and pick it right back up, because one of the first things that Biden did was he just with a big old red pen just X'd out a whole bunch of Donald Trump stuff that fast. So a lot of this stuff I'm going to suspect is going to come back, guys. A lot of this is coming back, I think. I could be wrong, but I think it is. Advanced women's economic empowerment. They want to talk about he's anti-women and he don't, all that type of stuff. Here's a whole section on what he did for women. You know what I'm saying? And then just goes on and on. On and on and on. All this stuff, man. Look, people who want to say that Donald Trump didn't do anything for this country, anything positive, anything good, they don't want to talk about record, okay? They don't want to talk about record, okay? Because if you talk about record and you line up records against records, guess what's going to happen? Guess what's going to happen? We line up records. Well, and that's one thing people kept on asking Kamala Harris during the campaign. Well, what is it? What are you going to do? What are you going to do for the country that we're in this economic downturn? Well, I grew up in a family, and my mother, she worked late, and my father, he was this, and answer the question. How you gonna fix stuff? What is your plan? This is why she lost, guys. This is one of the reasons why she lost. You couldn't get a straight answer from her. And then when she got pressed, it was a couple of really bad interviews that she did. This is just my personal view. She did a couple of bad interviews. The one she did was with Anderson Cooper. She did a bad interview with Anderson Cooper. And then she did a Brett Baer at Fox. She did terrible with Brett Baer. To me, those two, and pretty much every time she sat with somebody, with Oprah Winfrey. And here's the thing, guys. She paid, listen to this, you might not hear this nowhere else. She paid Oprah Winfrey, billionaire Oprah Winfrey, $1 million of campaign funds for Oprah to interview her. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? And if you watch the interview that she did with Oprah, Oprah was looking at her like, and Oprah's a super liberal, okay? Let's just be honest. So if you're on a super liberal show and you're getting asked softball questions, this lady couldn't answer softball questions. Trump goes on the Joe Rogan show. Do y'all know Joe Rogan? It's a 3-hour show, I think. 3 hours. A 3-hour show of pretty much open questions. Trump was chilling. She tried to go on the Joe Rogan show, but she didn't want to go in the studio, and she didn't want it to be for 3 hours. She wanted him to go to the White House or to some hotel and her interview mode in only 1 hour, trying to manipulate the circumstances. No, let's do a 3-hour interview where we can open you up and see who you really are. She didn't want nobody to see who she really was. Wait, hold up. I'm getting some info. I'm getting some info over here. They paid Lizzo 2.2 million. Is that what I'm getting? 2.2 million. See, this is the thing. How much did they pay Cardi B? How much did they pay Megan Thee Stallion? How much did they pay Beyonce? You're paying all these A-list celebrities to come to your platform so you can endorse. You're paying for them to endorse you. Come on now. We got to do better than that. And even more than that, from a Christian standpoint, and we've already made this point ad nauseum, we have to examine how we pursue American politics. We cannot endorse a platform that is purely and clearly for sinful behavior, open, loud, open, loud, obvious, sinful behavior. We got to stop this. Either we're going to be for God or we're not going to be for God. That's what the question is. Are we going to stand for God? Are we going to stand for God, or are we going to stand for something crazy? Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read this, this article that I ran into that I think will give us a good way forward as far as we're talking about. And of course, I'm talking to my Christian brothers and sisters right now, going forward on American politics. I found this article to be very intriguing. I'm going to put this up, and we're going to read through it. So it's called, "What Does Jesus Teach About Politics?" That's the name of the article, right? Here's what it says. It says, "Think about your brothers and sisters. When I consider the question of where the teachings of Jesus fit into our current politics, I realize that readers are likely to begin thinking right away about questions such as abortion, immigration, racism, social justice, and a number of other current issues. That is a good impulse. If we take the lordship of Christ in our lives seriously, then we should seek to apply that lordship to our participation in politics." Most readers of this article will be citizens in democratic republics who have the right to speak, to organize, to petition, and to vote. They should absolutely be thinking carefully about how they can act in a responsible and loving way in the light of both their vertical relationship to God and their horizontal relationship with fellow image bearers, men and women. I think it is useful to think in terms of the brotherhood and sisterhood of men and women under the fatherhood of God. Just to state it that way helps us to begin thinking well. Rather than work my way through the list of current issues and suggest which choices would have had the approval of Jesus Christ, which in some cases could be presumptuous based on my own sin nature, biases, and limitations, I would like to take note of two major points that I see shining through from Scripture. Excuse me. It says how we view government. The first point has to do with how we view government. One event from the life of Christ leads us to consider the matter directly. In Mark 12, verses 13 through 17, Jesus faced a hostile audience eager to trip him up in a question that would expose him to scorn. As a teacher of all that is true, would he pay taxes to Caesar? He asked for a coin and contemplated what was engraved upon it. He saw the image of Caesar and answered, "Render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, and render unto God what is God's." You guys remember that, right? The immediate impact of the statement is that money comes from the system the government has set up. And so we should pay the tribute that government then demands. But Jesus could accomplish that teaching by simply instructing followers to render unto Caesar. He goes further, render unto Caesar what is Caesar, and unto God what is God's. It seems to me that what Jesus says in the passage is that there is a place for the government. It has a rightful task and a duty it should fulfill. But even bringing God into consideration introduces a new dimension. The idea and reality of a Caesar is a grand and mighty thing. But as soon as we place God next to this earthly ruler, listen very closely, Caesar's statue is immediately and radically put into perspective. Caesar will be like all others. Earthly kingdoms will crumble and statues will erode. Their real significance is that they reflect, often badly, God's greater rule. Render unto Caesar what is Caesar, unto God what is God's, right? So you guys understand what he's saying, right? He's saying that when we look at the rulership of God versus the rulership of man, God's rulership obviously usurps man's rulership. There is a rightful zone of activity that belongs to the government, but it is not coexistent with the whole that is ruled by God. The government should never be confused with the authority behind all authorities. So the authority of man is not the true authority of all authority, because we live by a different authority as Christians, right? The Bible is our authority. The kingdom of God is our kingdom, right? It says when governments go beyond merely tolerating sin and instead celebrate it, because that's what we got right now, they hack away at the legs of their own thrones. And when governments seek to force Christians to betray their understanding of the lordship issue, namely that Jesus is Lord and Caesar is not, listen to what I just said. This is what we got to get down. Namely that Jesus is Lord and Caesar, quote unquote, the politicians, is not. The Christians must say with the apostles and martyrs throughout history that we must obey God rather than man. That's in Acts 5, verse 29. Jesus' kingship. My second point is that Jesus flows directly from the first. In Matthew chapters 24 and 25, Jesus definitely declares his kingship. He will sit on a glorious throne, not as some local chieftain presiding over a tribe, or even a great emperor of many lands, but rather as the king over all nations, with their people gathered before him. This is the picture we got to get. God is over all this. Christ is over all this mess. Okay. We cherish our democracies and our rights to have governments whose authority depends upon our consent. That's all good as image bearers. That is all good, that is all very good as image bearers relate to one another, and we prevent any one sinful being or small group from wielding too much power. But we must also remember to not think merely of Jesus as a friend or a brother. Make no mistake, he is a king. Not only is he a king, he is the one true king. And this is what we got to understand. Okay. This is what we really got to understand. Christ is king. Okay. Donald Trump is not our king. Okay. The U.S. government is not our king. The Democrat Party is not our king. The Republican Party is not our king. Christ is our king. Okay. We need to get that back in perspective. Okay. He says, I think one of the great lessons of the miserable experience of Israel's monarchy, one that God warned the people against, is that there is only one man truly worthy to rule. That man is Jesus Christ. All real authority derives from God. Get that right there. I'm going to say this again. All real authority derives from God. Is this how we really see it? Do we really believe that God is in charge as Christians? Apparently, some of these churches really believe that people like Kamala Harris is the one that's going to lead them into I don't know where they want to go. Okay. But they put their trust in it. Even Donald Trump's people. And if somewhere way in the future, I'm going to talk about Christian nationalism, because we got to talk about that too. We got to stop worshiping these politicians. We give them their due, give them our support, but we got to draw the line and, okay, look, Christ is king, bro. You not. I like you, but Christ is king. That's all I'm saying. The political impact of that reality is that much of what we become excited over the presidencies of people like Donald Trump, Barack Obama, George W. Bush, Bill Clinton, and Ronald Reagan, we should be far more attentive to the reality of the kingship of Jesus Christ. Christ's rule may seem remote to us as cable news and social media obsess moment to moment and day to day over the rush of decisions, activities, controversies that surround politicians, that we should be wiser to realize that his reign is like the heaven C.S. Lewis depicted in The Great Divorce. It is real, it is joyous, joyously dangerous, thrillingly, devastatingly real. We are mere shadows before its light if we are separated from our true Lord. This is why we cannot give ourselves this wholly over to politics, guys, because that's not our mandate. American politics is not the mandate of the Christian. And I told you, I'll challenge you. Somebody show me the scripture that mandates that a Christian to participate in the American political system. Show it to me. Show it to me where we are obligated as Christians to participate in it. And I'll back down from my statement, but I don't think it's there. I don't think it's there. Anyway, says, I have studied politics most of my life, and like so many, I have lived and died over the many victories and defeats that come with modern campaigns and legislative battles. But the older I get, the more clear it is to me that the most significant thing that I have to say about politics is that Jesus Christ is King. Those words that should be burning within us. That's from Hunter Baker, the author of Political Thought, A Student's Guide. I'll go ahead and put this in the chat as well. So again, something that you can read, and you can have this also. Sunday Vibes, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. So I just put that in the chat, and I just wanted to bring this up, man. I just wanted to I just felt this burning, man. Like I said, Alejandro Salgado, appreciate you. Thank you for being here. I just hope that I hope that you guys got something out of this, man. I got something coming up. As a matter of fact, tomorrow, be here tomorrow, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to be going after a doctrine, a Hebrew Israelite doctrine that is that's been on the landscape for a long time. I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to dismantle it. It's this Deuteronomy 28 doctrine that says that the transatlantic slave trade is predicted in there, and all those curses apply to the current African Americans. I'm going to destroy that tomorrow, 2 p.m. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. It's just a couple of points that I'm going to are you taking guests tomorrow, brother? I don't know yet. Maybe I may. If I get through the teaching quickly, Jesse, then yes, I will. It depends on how quick I get through the if I can get to that it's only a few points, because there's so much in there. I did a whole 2-hour show on that before. I'm not going to do that. If I get through that, it's 5 points. It's 5 main points I'm going to touch. If I get through those 5 main points fairly quickly, then yeah, I'll open up I'll take guests tomorrow. Yeah, or you just want to team up with me? What's the? My platform is always open for you, Jesse. You know this, brother. You know this. So if you want to come join me, man, just let me know, man, and it's done. So anyway, look, I appreciate you guys, man. God bless you guys, man. I hope that you guys are having a blessed day. So as is my custom, I just want to give a shout out to everybody over here in the chat. My brother Jesse Walls, I appreciate you as always, my brother. I love you, man. Sunday Vibes, thank you for being here. Alejandro Salgado, I appreciate you. My brother Marcus Johnson, I love you, my brother. You thank you for your inspiration as always. I appreciate you, man. Remy Canadian, what's up, my brother? I appreciate you. I'll see you. Midas Welby, appreciate you. Thank you for being there. Tamina Brockington, long time Facebook friend. I love you, sis. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. Also, Chauncey Boy, we need to get together and do something, Mr. Chauncey Boy. I appreciate you. I know you've been interacting with some Hebrew Israelites groups, and we need to get together. I'd like to get your feedback on your interaction with them, and so we'll put something together going forward, brother. I really would like to have you come on. But thank you for being here today. Minister Meach, you're another brother and I need to get a hold of, man. We need to touch base. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for being here. Brother DeAndre Burnett, I appreciate you. I love you, my brother. Thank you for being here. Tracy Lewis, thank you for checking in. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for your presence, my brother Reginald Wells. Hey, I'll also go and follow Reginald Wells at Immersion, another good brother that's in my cross media group. Hit my brother up and sub to him on his YouTube as well. Hebrew Elevation Church, I appreciate you. Thank you for stopping in. Hey, I love each and every one of y'all, man. God bless you guys. Thank y'all for being here. Tomorrow, set your clock, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm getting ready to hit this Deuteronomy 28 doctrine real hard. And I'm gonna leave that alone for a while, because that's if you don't understand, I'm gonna make it very clear that that's not what you think it is. That's not what it's been made to be. I'm gonna make that very clear tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Join me. God bless you guys. Share this video. Go and hit that share button. Get this out. We want to get this out into the algorithms, guys. I believe there was a lot of truth spoken here. God bless you guys. I love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday afternoon. Hopefully, I will see you tomorrow. God bless you. Peace.